All right, guys, let's jump in game.
It was a very expensive lunch. It was delicious.
The funny thing was...
Thank you, Philippe, for taking us to the delicious lunch.
Okay, let me introduce the players. We have Puzzle, of course, Slayer's Puzzle once more, spawning on the left top side of this map. And Mouse Morrow, our lovely Swedish Zerg, spawning on the right bottom side of the map. The funny thing was, by the way, guys, I was realizing how much this was going to cost. And it was sort of like an all-you-can-eat restaurant. So I was like, okay, 50 or 60 euro lunch. That's pretty expensive, but okay, I can live with that if we sit here for 2.5 to 3.5 hours and I eat so much that I won't be hungry for the upcoming 3 days. But Philippe, he has like a little bit of steak, and after 15 minutes he's like, all right guys, I got you so much to show. And I'm like, no man, I really
just got here.
Yeah, I really need to eat more meat. And he's like, wow, you're gonna eat more? I was like, well, yes.
Again, hatch first for Morrow.
And once again, a pretty early forge for Puzzle, so man.
I wonder why Morrow is insisting on hatch first. I mean, it's not like Zergs have been struggling economically against Protoss.
No, I think that the opposite is true. But we'll see. Maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he feels more comfortable.
This looks
with
like a better map for cannons in the natural too. You could cannon from the ramp to that wall.
The funny thing is, I feel that his hatch, like his third hatch, was even later than with the regular Zerg build. How cool would it be if you see double hatch first before spawning pool? But I think that's...
I've done that before.
And did it work?
Yeah, it's good, but then, then if they build cannons or something like that, things gets annoying. It's always kind of flipping a coin, but yeah, 2 hatch before pool was also a brood war build.
I've seen TLO do it a few times on the stream.
TLO likes to go like 4 hatch before spawning pool. He's like, how many hatcheries could I build?
Well,
I mean, it's
not many against me, Ben. I would cannon each and every one of them.
the truth about builds like that, like there's efficacy in it, and you can sometimes justify it, but it's just as much of a cheese as a 6 pool. It's like saying, hey, I'm just gonna flip a coin and hope that I can win with the sheer strength of macro.
A little bit of a wall up. This is a very susceptible wall for Bailing Bust, man.
I like it.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Speaking of pronunciation and of words, I was so offended today. I walk into the office and my producer hands me this. It's a memo. The title of the memo is Other Words You Should Know. And he's got like 5 words that I guess we use a lot and like 50 synonyms for each one.
That's
so
right.
Apparently we overuse silly, amazing, huge, standard, and blunder of all words.
Well, Ben, I really think that's a silly memo. I would never say that something is amazing, or do I make any blunders. I mean, it's kind of standard that we perform up to this huge task of performing every single day.
This production. Rodney can't even pronounce blunder. You're saying he uses it too much.
Very funny, man. Very funny. Alright, so we see Morrow right now on 3 bases. He's slowly but steady getting more drones. He has, of course, a good view on what's going on in the natural of Puzzle. We saw Whitedra following this up with his target. He was super effective against Chef. But let's see, he's probably pushing out the Zealots, actually. That's interesting. I guess he's just going to stop with 2 Zealots, because more would be silly. This is such a long map, so going for a little bit of Zealot aggression wouldn't make a lot of sense. And yes, he does stop. Oh, he's supply blocked, actually.
Yep.
Not able to get that sentry out yet.
Small supply block. Pylon finishing up just about now.
Why would you say I can pronounce blunder, man?
Oh,
that's just silly.
I'm sorry. It was a sheep-headed statement. I take it back. I feel as if I have whoppingly offended you.
Well, Ben, I think that's astonishing, and you know that I think you're a miraculous caster. Those are a few of the words that our producer handled up. Anyway, we see these 2 Zealots do make it over all the way to the other side of the map.
Doing a remarkable amount of damage to that hatchery.
However, the extraordinary amounts of drones and Zerglings are already on the way, and they should be able to keep this hatch alive.
Oh man, losing these 2 Zealots would be a truly sheep-headed mistake on behalf of Puzzle.
But this is kind of childless and crazy and dippy and fizzy on the same moment.
Okay. Alright, that's enough synonyms for one day. We're going to turn this into one of our little segments. Other words you should know.
Have you heard?
Have you heard that there are 18 different synonyms for amazing?
See quite a few gates being wiped in right now for Puzzle. +1 is on the way as well. A lot of drones on the way for Morrow. I'm kind of wondering where Puzzle's going to take this, man, because so far it's gate only.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Maybe a little bit of what we saw Mana do, a little bit of 4-gate pressure, slowly but steady transitioning into Blink.
But he doesn't have any pylon out on the map that I can see.
Nope, not yet.
Morrow's got speedlings out, right? Doesn't he have speed?
Yeah. Ah, robotics facility being wiped in right now. That's a late robo. For instance,
War Prison.
You think so?
That's the only thing I can come up with.
See double Evo Chamber once more from Morrow, who seems to be heading into a very Zergling heavy style once more. A style that I love to observe, one of the most exciting forms of ZVP, even though this is a very exciting matchup in general. A ton of sentries.
You know, if there is a weakness to Zergling-centric styles, though, I feel like it is in the +1 gateway timings, because there's just this small hump that you have to get over with it before you've got your Banelings out, before you can drop stuff, before you've got all that extra mobility, that huge economy. And Puzzle seems to be exploiting that a little bit. As we see him pushing out once again, Morrow immediately starts some Lings. But Lings alone are going to be kind of lackluster against this armor.
As long as he snipes the pilots once more. Ooh, Morrow sacrificing a couple of Lings. You're right, Ben. The Baneling Nest is not ready yet. I'm kind of worried about for Morrow right now. He has 10 Zerglings on the map. That's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he's got a ton of drones, but I mean, right now all he can really hope to do is produce enough Zerglings to get through this. And Puzzle, I feel like he's just positioned everything brilliantly. He's blocking that pylon. He's right at the top of the ramp. One stalker will get caught here.
Really nice pick-off, but I'm not sure how much it's going to matter. I mean, the more time that Morrow saves, the better this is going to get for him. Oh, careful, Morrow. I love the little sandwich that he's setting up. He knows that if he picks up this pylon, he takes the real juice out of this push.
Does kill the probe, and that's certainly a small victory. It means
that sounded weird.
No, takes the juice out?
Taking juice out of the push.
Oh, man. Maybe Morrow's maybe Puzzle's gonna clean up and pull out.
He might just do that, but not before he's gonna take out this edge. Morrow's gonna try to save his beautiful surround.
Some force fields, and there goes a couple.
I think this might actually be enough for Morrow. He has a ton of Zerglings.
These are really good force fields, though. We need to see another warp in. No, actually, it's not even nearly enough. The pylon's been cleaned up, though, and with no additional means to reinforce.
I think the...
Oh, that's okay. Look at these force fields.
That's sick. That's really sick, but now Morrow should just back off, and that's exactly what he will do, and then after that he will be able to take out all these units. I mean, Puzzle's dealing a huge blow to the economy of Morrow. However, he does end up losing a ton of expensive units as well. I'm a little bit sad Morrow doesn't have Zerglings over here trying to deny this.
Lings are finally going to come in here and clean up the sentries. They're all out of energy, and Morrow will retake this hatchery. I kind of think that he's okay, Kev.
Morrow?
Yeah.
Taking a look at the drone count right now, 61 against 59.
Maybe not.
I think he would have been okay if he had a couple of Zerglings over here. This is something we talk about so often in PvZ. He has a single Ling right now, but 3 cannons and Zealots and the ability to wipe in more units are actually going to secure this base, at least for now. Ooh, maybe he can intercept a couple of those probes. And I feel that's a really big problem. Oh, loving this.
That can work. The Banelings will deal with the cannon. And
look at this, man.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Puzzle sees it. That's really unfortunate for Morrow. So what is Puzzle's reaction to this going to be? It's got to be just, good force field.
Ventral Sex is almost ready as well. Overlord Speed is ready already. I'm liking this. Oh, Banelings against...
it's not loaded up yet, and Morrow's going to be forced to disengage here. Now he gets all those Banelings loaded up. It's going to be really hard. Dropping is coming down on top of the sentries. Puzzle really trying to move his units and avoid this splash damage, but it's just kind of inevitable that Morrow does rain down. Finally, he's going to be fighting over here at these cannons. Immortal going to soak up quite a bit of damage, and with the cannons supporting, Puzzle's going to survive this. So, well, reinforcements coming in as well. Only a single cannon left, and it's so low.
So close, Baneling.
Oh, that Immortal is probably going to fall. Sentry's going down as well. Puzzle's going to... Wow.
If only he had +2.
If only he waited 2 more seconds for +2 to finish.
That's like the sickest Baneling ever. Was that one Baneling?
It was one Baneling. Banelings are good, man.
Banelings are good.
+2 Banelings. Zergs should really be dropping +2 Banelings every single game they play. I don't know why it doesn't happen more.
Still, that was a cost-effective fight for Puzzle. Puzzle still has a better economy than Morrow as well, but I'm loving this. Morrow's going to now drop some Lings in the main base, and this is really something he needs, because he knows that Puzzle's out of position. He knows there are cannons over here, but there are no cannons in the main. If Morrow wants to come back in this game, he's going to have to deal a lot of damage right now.
Now, one of the questions is, are the gateways off of cooldown? Oh, Puzzle might be looking at the wrong place. We see he's warping one Zealot on the production tab. That's probably over in his main. Yep, there we go. There's the big warp in. Those probes need to move.
Not enough, actually. But Morrow, Puzzle's going to lose so much right now. He's going to lose a ton of probes. He's going to lose a lot of Zealots.
And the Zealots all melt away. 2-2 Zerglings is being more than Puzzle can handle right now, and it's starting to be reflected.